Okay. So today's schedule, what we are planning to do is we are going to be checking the entire protocol start to finish of what I call as data collection. Okay. Basically, in JAMA it is called as verification. But the difference between what I do and what is the conventional JAMA thing is that they see the one or two verifications and then they accept it as a yes or no and then they call it a day. While what I do is I take the entire avenue of verifications, which you see just now, which may be 10 or 12 steps, and I verify all of them, and whatever answer comes out of it, I use it in my analysis. Now, this component is very, very important. I consider this as 80% of the entire package of analysis. Okay. What I mean by that is, let me just increase the volume. I think my volume must be low. Is my volume better now? So basically, what I have understood of it is in JAMA there are three stages. One, what I call as the data collection, which we are going to be doing, revising today. Second is the analysis, and third is the verdict, or whatever the conclusion. Now, this component, I give around 80% weightage to what we are going to be doing today. Okay, because if your data collection is not correct or wrong or misguiding, then the entire end result is going to go on a different tangent altogether. Okay, so I'm sharing the screen without wasting any more time. Let us start. Okay, so can you all see the screen here now? Now, what we are going to be doing is, I hope you all have got that chart ready, which I told you to keep ready. So now I'm going to be marking it over here and you're going to be marking it at your end also. Okay. So this chart which you see over here, okay, this one. This chart which you see here, I hope you all have already drawn and kept ready. Okay, so that is the starting point. Now what happens is, this is what you're going to be getting in your app. Okay. Now how we need to sort of first document it over here is the entire process. So this is the first thing that you're going to do, is document the chart correctly. Then move on to this, which is the analysis part, or rather the background to the analysis part. Correct? So let us start over here. When you have got this, you need to go to this. So how do you go about it? So first point is mark the Udayam, Arudam, Kavitu. Okay. Now Udayam is marked like this too, like a cross sign over here. There's something like this, let us say. I don't do it that way. You can do it this way also if you want. What I do is I mark that thing with a thick sketch pen, because practically speaking, Udayam becomes the total start point of everything. So if you see here, if you see here, they have marked it like a cross check. I marked it. So all of you mark this. Whichever way you want is fine. You can mark it this way or you can mark it this way. Whatever way. Do it. And somewhere you will have to write that Udayam is at 273 degrees. So maybe here you can just write over here if you want. I hope you can see this. Okay. Now what you need to do further, because your app doesn't give you that privilege which my app is giving me. You'll have to mark this 273 over here. Okay, how I'm showing you. So basically what happens is, this is 270, this is 300, this is 330, this is 360, correct? I hope you all know that. So if we are at 270 and 273, it will approximately be here somewhere. So mark a thick line over there and you can write your Udayam over here if you want, like this. Or you can write it here, wherever you want. Write it outside because then, sorry, you write it inside. because Udayam is inside. Okay. Have you done this so far, all of you? Okay. So we have marked the Udayam. So point 1. Mark Udayam we have done. Now similarly we will have to mark Arudam. So Arudam is at 120 degrees over here. So 120 degrees में कौन सा है? This is 90. This is 120. This is 150. Correct? So if it is 120, it has just crossed this fellow. And it is actually on the brim. So you can do something like this over here. उसके अंदर इधर लिखो Arudam 120 degrees. Okay. So we have marked Arudam. Now Kavipu is in this 8th Rashi at 239 degrees. So if you know, this is 210 to 240. So your Arudam will come somewhere here, like this, somewhere 239, correct? So here you can write Kavipu 239 degrees. If you want, you can even rotate it this way. Whatever. I don't do this anymore because the software which I bought gives me this advantage. But you like to do it.
We can't hear you, Manish.
For some reason, I have muted myself. Okay, so now the first step which we were doing, we have done this, correct? Mark the Udayam, Arudam, Kavipu along with the degrees. Got it? All of you have all of you got the same thing like what I've got here? Okay. Next one is mark the Jama planets. Okay. So Jama planets, basically, if you see how you have to mark it, you have to understand. Mars is just written as 35 degrees over here. If you see the right hand side thing, if you see here, Mars is written as 35. And it becomes very difficult to understand कि ये सब इसके अंदर where is 35 coming, because 35 is okay, you understand 0 to 34 it comes here, but when you say 170 sometimes it becomes confusing. So what you need to do is you have to mark this guy. So Mars is 35 degrees, so 35 degrees कहाँ पर आएगा? 30 के बाद में 5 degrees. So this is where your Mars is coming, correct? So here you can write Mars 35 degrees, correct? Mark it over here. Okay. Next one is Sun, 80 degrees. So 0 to 30, 30 to 60, 60 to 80. So from here 60, this is 90, correct? You remember that, no? This is 0, this is 0, this is 30 degrees, this is 90 degrees, and this is 120 degrees. Correct? Yeah, then. So basically, if this is 60 and this is 120, 80 will come somewhere in the middle. Correct? This will become 75, so to say. So normally what I do is I mark it here. So I go this way and then I go this way, right? We are going clockwise. So this is where your Sun is here. So Sun 80 degrees. Correct? Okay. Now one thing, sorry, my mistake, I forgot. After you have marked this Udayam Arudam Kaviku, you need to do this. Very important. I've got this ready, so I'm not doing it like this, but you have to write it over there. कैसे लिखने का मैं बताता हूँ. The houses you have to write. So you have to write it in the middle over here. See exactly like how I'm writing. You write. Write this at the vertex. 4. छोटा अक्षर में write it exactly where I'm writing. Okay? Because you realize later on why I'm saying all this. They're all time tested experiment and माथा फोड़ी करने के बाद अभी I'm telling you with confidence. Got it? I have made it in the square order. You can just write it in the normal. Later on, you can change the colors if you want. But a chota इसमें ऐसा इधर दिखना चाहिए. So वो बाद में you gonna have to break your head, which is the 7th and which is the 9th and 10th row. Okay. Then we were here at the sun. Then we got snake at 125. So if you sorry, what did we do? So snake we were writing here. So snake is 125. Arudam was at 180. If the snake is at 125, it is obviously ahead of it. So this is where snake comes in. Correct? So this is where snake is coming. Similarly, we'll go on doing the others now. So moon is at 170. So 170 is this is 150 and this is 180. Correct? So 170 will be somewhere here. So this is where your moon is coming in. This is your moon. Okay. Then you got Saturn 215. So here we have got 150 to 180, 180 to 210, 210 to 240. So this comes over here in this category. Correct? So 215 will come here. So if this is 210, this will be your 215 over here. Are you all getting it? All of you? You can just do a thumbs up. All of you understand? Okay. Then we have got Venus at 260. So where does 260 come? This is basically 240 and this is 270, correct? So 260 would come somewhere here, let us say. So here you mark it as Venus 260. Okay. Then you go on to Mercury 305. So basically what do we have? We have got this as 270, 300, 300 to 330. So basically 305 will be somewhere here. So this is where your Mercury will come in at 305. And then Jupiter will come at 350. So this is 330 to 360. So 350 would be somewhere here. So this is where your Jupiter comes in at 350. All of you got it? Okay. So this is, we have done now. Step 1 we have finished. Step 2 we have finished. Okay. Now we come to the transit planets. So transit planets are whatever they are inside over here. You don't need to write the degrees. You can just write here. Here you can write Manli. Okay. This is Jupiter here. This is Sun, Mercury, Saturn, Mars, Venus, Ketu, sorry, why am I writing Ketu, Moon, Rahu. Correct? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So we have got this step also on now. Correct? All of you on track. So we have marked the Udayam, Arudam, Kaviku, which are the 3 main characters along with their degrees, so we know where they are moving. We have done the transit, we have done the Jama planets along with their degrees. Okay. So we understand how they correlate and we have put the transit planets. Right? Now, at this point of time, which I have not written here, but after this, you need to connect them with arrows. So first of all, Udayam, which planet is approaching Udayam? Where is your Udayam now? Your Udayam is here, 273 degrees. These Jama planets are going in this direction, correct? Anti-clockwise. So which one is approaching Udayam? So Mercury is approaching Udayam. Draw a line like this with the arrowhead and mark it over. Mercury approaching Udayam. Which one is approaching Arudam? Or where is your Arudam? Arudam is here. We are moving in this direction. So snake. So snake approaching Arudam. Whatever anti-clockwise direction. Kavipu. Kavipu is connected with which one? So Kavipu is also moving in the anti-clockwise direction. Jamagra is also moving in the anti-clockwise direction. Correct? So which one is it catching? So Kavipu is catching Saturn. Just for dialogue sake, we are saying Kavipu is catching it. But like what I am experimenting and now which other people are also accepting it is that Kavipu is catching it or that planet is catching or ये दोनों मिलके गड़बड़ कर रहे whatever it is. So but for dialogue sake, let us say Kavipu catching. So you understand the arrow direction. Are we clear? So there is this one line over here which is missing, which I will add over here. After all this is done, we will say that arrows. I'm just writing it as arrow. Okay, you understand. I will share this later again. So far clear, all of you? Okay, that's it. Okay, now we go to the next one, which is the Badak Sthan. Now, if you remember, last time I had explained, the vertices are all 7. The ones before it are all 9. And the ones after are all 11. You remember this, I hope. Correct? So if we go back to where we were, if this is 7, this guy becomes before or after? After, right? Because we are going in the clockwise direction. So here, which number will you see? 11. All of you okay with this? So 11, if I'm seeing 11 from here, do I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11 like this? No. Do I go 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? No. I just go 11 back. So 12, 11. So this becomes my Badak Sthan. So here I will write Badak. And there is no space here. But uske aage likho Mars. What is Mars? Mars is the Badak Lord. I normally write this in a different color because it is seen. Got it? Now, next one. We have done up to this point. Mark all the exalted, debilitated, and same planets inside outside. So exalted and ये कैसे देखने का ना? I'll show you one method. The people who have done Lal Kitab with me will know this. In the first house, Sun is exalted and Saturn is debilitated. Correct? इसमें दिख रहा है क्या नहीं? Immediately उसका opposite house पे देखो. Because Sun Saturn का इधर संबंध है ना, तो इधर Sun Saturn का कुछ संबंध है नहीं. The Sun and Saturn are not exalted and debilitated. Second house में Moon इधर exalted रहता है. बरोबर? तो ये देखो और ये ताबड़तोड़ इधर देखो. इधर किधर मून दिख रहा है कि ये हाउस में नहीं दिख रहा है. मून इधर किधर दिख रहा है क्या? नहीं दिख रहा. सो मून का कुछ लेना देना नहीं. थर्ड हाउस में कुछ नहीं है. इफ यू नो बेसिकली इफ यू सी ये जो क्रॉसिंग है ना, these houses don't have any ऊंच नीच. Okay, so the third house doesn't have any ऊंच नीच over here. Fourth house, if you remember, we have got Jupiter at the top and Mars below. बरोबर? ये है क्या? इसमें नहीं है. इसके ऑपोजिट में देखो, जुपिटर या मार्स कुछ भी दिख रहा है क्या? नहीं दिख रहा. So वो भी गया. Now this is the, like I told you, this is the other cross of the house. So इसमें कुछ ऊंच नीच नहीं रहता. We come to sixth. This thing, if you remember, Mira is the uch and Venus and Ketu are the niche. This I think Ami and Shishit won't know. I will tell you on this later on. Uch and niche का thing. That I'll tell you. But अभी फिलहाल रहने दो. So यहाँ पर Mercury या Ketu या Venus या ये दिख रहा है क्या? Sorry, Venus है कि Mira, Mercury या राहु दिख रहा है, Venus Ketu दिख रहा नहीं. बरोबर? इसके ऑपोजिट में ताबड़तोड़ देखो. Venus, Ketu, Mercury, राहु कुछ दिख रहा है कुछ, तो वो भी ऊंच नीच नहीं. If you have completed these 6, it is presumed that you have done this because it is all we have done the opposite. बराबर ना? So डबल काम नहीं करते और आगे देखने का नहीं. ऊंच नीच का अपना काम हो गया. So exalted, debilitated, we have finished off. Now see whether there is any same planet inside outside. What I mean by same planet is यहाँ भी Jupiter लिखा रहेगा, यहाँ भी Jupiter आएगा, तो that is same. So ऐसा कोई है क्या इधर? इधर नहीं है, इधर नहीं है, इधर हाँ इधर है. See now if you see here, so then I mark it with a double-headed arrow. If you see Venus is here and Venus is here also. JAMA and transit are in the same place. So mark it with a double-headed arrow. दूसरा कुछ है क्या? इसमें कुछ नहीं, इसमें कुछ नहीं, इसमें कुछ. Got it? Now the last thing which is there is the exchange. Okay. And here most people are getting confused, but it's a very simple thing. Just understand the Rashi Lord. Okay. And see where is sitting. अभी ये घर में कोई बैठा है क्या? कोई भी बैठा है. ये घर में कौन बैठा है? मार्स बैठा है. बरोबर. Look at the JAMA planet first, then see inside. All you see. अभी मार्स का घर कौन सा है? ये घर और ये घर है. बरोबर. मार्स किसके घर में बैठे हैं? वीनस के घर में बैठे हैं. See how you have to read it. I just tell you, or how I look at it is Mars is seated in the house of Venus, correct? Under the Rashi of Venus. अभी मार्स के घर कौन से है? ये घर है और ये घर है. इसमें वीनस दिख रहा है क्या? नहीं दिख रहा है. तो छोड़ दो. राहु का कोई घर नहीं. अभी सन इज सीटेड ओवर हियर. सन का घर किसके राशि में बैठे हो? मर्क्यूरी के राशि में. सन का घर कौन सा? यहाँ है. यहाँ पर मर्क्यूरी दिख रहा है क्या? नहीं. तो परिवर्तन नहीं करेगा. यहाँ कोई प्लैनेट ही नहीं. यहाँ कौन बैठे है? स्नेक है, उसको जाने दो. मून बैठा है. मून किसके राशि में बैठा है? सन की राशि. बरोबर. तो मून की राशि कौन सी? यहाँ है. यहाँ पर मून सन है क्या? नहीं. फॉरगेट. यहाँ कौन बैठे हैं? मून बैठे हैं. मून किसके राशि में बैठे हैं? मर्क्यूरी. मर्क्यूरी के कौन से सॉरी मून मर्क्यूरी के राशि में बैठा है. ये मून की राशि है. यहाँ पर मर्क्यूरी बैठा है क्या? नहीं बैठा. सो वो भी परिवर्तन. Come to Saturn. Saturn is seated in which राशि? Mars. बरोबर. Saturn के कौन से राशि है? ये राशि है और ये राशि. इधर किधर भी Mars दिख रहा है क्या? नहीं. So there is no परिवर्तन. Okay. Then you come to this house. अभी एक एक करके पकड़ लो. Venus पकड़ लो. Venus किसके राशि में बैठा है? Jupiter. बरोबर. अभी Venus के कौन से राशि है? ये दोनों राशि Venus के. इसमें Jupiter बैठा है क्या? नहीं. तो छोड़ दो. Mars. मार्स जुपिटर के राशि में बैठा है. ये दोनों जुपिटर के, ये दोनों मार्स के राशि है. इधर जुपिटर बैठा है क्या? नहीं. छोड़ दो. When you actually do till this point, you have covered all the planets other than Saturn and Jupiter. So when you are looking at here, you just look at Saturn, Jupiter का कोई exchange है. बाकी सब छोड़ दो. You have already covered it. So you actually I just said it, but this is not required. इधर Saturn, Jupiter कोई बैठा है? नहीं. यहाँ Saturn, Jupiter कोई बैठा है? हाँ. Saturn बैठा है. किसके राशि में बैठा है? खुद के राशि में बैठा है. सो फॉरगेट अबाउट इट. ये इसमें सैटर्न जुपिटर कौन बैठा है? हाँ. जुपिटर बैठा है. जुपिटर किसके राशि में बैठा है? सैटर्न के राशि में बैठा है. तो सैटर्न जुपिटर के राशि में कहां पर भी बैठा है क्या? नहीं. तो सैटर्न यहाँ बैठा है मार्स के राशि में और अंदर का सैटर्न खुद के राशि में. सो इन दिस थिंग देयर इज नो परिवर्तन एट ऑल. नाउ जुपिटर इज सिटेड इन इट्स ओन राशि. सो वी हैव कंप्लीटेड दिस पॉइंट. Well understood. So Ami is here. Ami, are you there? Come on the screen. Okay. Have you all understood this point? Ami, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here only.
Manish, one small question.
Oh.
Sorry,
Oh.
how did you get Badhak over there? Please explain to me.
One minute.
Because according to the chart which you gave,
Oh.
number 11 is in the house of Udayam, right?
Correct. So
हाँ.
यहाँ से 11 देखो तो ये 12 हो गया.
11th house. Okay.
हाँ.
Okay.
11.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So.
Hmm.
Ami, if you can come on the camera, unless there is some issue.
Yeah.
Manish,
हाँ.
a small query. Before you proceed,
हाँ.
तू म्हणालास ना की नंबर 1 हाऊस इज मार्स. नंबर 2, 3, 4 चे पण सांगून टाक ना मला. कोणत्या राशीचं घर आहे ते. आता तू म्हटलं ज्युपिटर नंबर 1 इज मार्स हाऊस. नंबर 1 and number 8.
That is what I said. You and Amin, I'll have to have a 10-minute separate session where I tell you the Rashi Lords and the Uch Neech ka thing. Because these people have been with me since 1 year, so they know it by heart. So Uch Neech, at the end of the session, if you have time and you all have time, I have the time, I'll teach all that. Rest of them want to wait, you can do it. Because each Rashi has a Rashi Lord, and each Rashi में something is Uch and something is Neech. So वो क्या है? That if you understand that, neither component. Anyway, coming back to this, this is how you transport the JAMA call chart from that app onto your paper. Okay, and believe me, वो app देख के टिंग टॉन्ग स्टार्ट ये लोग सब हीरो लोग जैसे करते हैं, and बाद में they realize कि oh this is a different, it's in a different Rashi. So don't try stunts, write it down. I spend minimum 5 to 7 minutes preparing the chart. Got it? All of it clear so far? Should I go ahead? Okay. Ami, you have understood here? This is?
Yeah. I was there.
Okay.
Joined on time.
Now, once we have got this in place, your basic chart, what you have done so far is basically ये जो app का chart है, वो तुमने paper पे mark किया. That is all that you have done just now. Okay. And if you practice properly, believe me, this takes 4 minutes. Of course, you have to have this stamp. ये stamp रहेगा तो और आसान हो जाता है. But let's say 5 minutes. You have to dedicate 5 minutes to this. Okay. Now what happens is, ये सब जो details है ना, these are the details which in normal Jamapal language they are called as verification. But frankly speaking, this is much more than verification. This is the entire data analysis, data collection I call it. Okay. So this is the entire data collection. So इसमें क्या क्या भरने का है, वो let me tell you. So let me make it in a red color. So case details, may obviously you write whatever the details are. You must have seen how I write over there. So in brief, you have to write what is the case about. So you need to have a background. Okay. Nowadays, what I do is I ask them to give me data. I'm not just going to say, कोई बोलता है मैं health issue है. Can you find out what the? I don't do that because I don't want to keep on digging left and right. You have to tell me what issue it is, from when it is on, what is the problem, X, Y, Z, whatever it is. If they say job ka problem, what job are you in? Which line are you in? Since when are you there? What is the exact problem? ये सब पहले मालूम करो. So some sort of a backdrop is ready. Now these are the points which you need to make a note of before you even open your mouth. Simple words in very crude language. What are they? Udayam Lord कौन है? Okay. It is the Lord of which other houses and where is it seated? This is the first point. So in this case, if I mark it in red, I'm marking this in red, you need not write it here. Who is this thing? Saturn? Correct? Saturn is the Lord of Udayam. This may be Shishir, you might not understand. I will tell you. Shishir and Ami, I don't know whether you know this, but after the class I'll tell you this. Dilika and Nitiban, you have understood? Saturn is the Udayam Lord. Okay. It is the Lord of which all houses? It is the Lord of obviously this house, and it is the house of second house also. Because Saturn rules the 10th Rashi and the 11th Rashi. So it is the Lord of these two. You don't need to do that. But normally what I do is I write it over here in front of this. So Udayam Lord is Saturn, and it is Lord of second house, and it is seated where? It is seated in the first house, and it is seated in the 11th house. Okay. I'm just pulling this out so that you can read it. This is how I write it. Okay. Udayam Lord is Saturn. It is Lord of second house, the additional house, and it is seated in 1 and 11. All of you got it? You want me to repeat? I'll just tell you. Udayam Lord is Saturn. It is obviously the Lord of the house where it is seated, and it is also ruler of this Lord of this house. That is why the second has come over. This is the name of that fellow. And where is it seated? It is seated in the 11th house over here, and it is seated in the Udayam itself. That's why this 1 and 11 have come. Okay. This will help you later on to do the analysis. Okay. Second point is which planet has crossed, which planet is in, and which is approaching Udayam. So if you see Udayam, which planet has gone ahead? Venus has gone ahead, correct? Because it is going in the anti-clockwise direction. So Udayam is 273, so this guy has gone ahead. So Venus has gone ahead. Mercury is approaching Udayam. There is nothing seated in the Udayam. So basically, if I write over here, I will write that Venus has crossed and Mercury approaching. Got it? Next is Nakshatra Lord of this. At the moment, just I would say, let it be. let it be. Okay, the stand is writing it down. अभी उसपे माथा फोड़ी मत करो. So that will be one big topic by itself. That we look at it later on. Now Badak Stan and Lord. We have already marked the Badak Stan. Which is the Badak Stan? So it is basically the 11th house. And who is the Lord of it? Mars. Correct? So this is also marked out. Now coming to another important, Udayam to Arudam, Udayam to Kavipu. So Udayam to Arudam is how much? 8. Udayam to Kavipu is how much? 11. Correct? Because your Udayam to Arudam is your 8, or you want to see it like this 8, and Udayam to Kavipu is your 11, because your Kavipu is seated here. Correct? Now Kavipu is connected to what? What we said was catching. So Saturn, where is it seated? In the 11th house. So Saturn 11. Correct? Then the 6th Lord, 8th Lord and 12th Lord कौन है? Trik houses के दुष्टान के ये कौन है? 6th house. See the number, which that's why this number is very important. 6th house है. 6th house का Lord कौन है? Mercury. 8th house का Lord कौन है? Sun. 12th house का Lord कौन है? Jupiter. Correct? Prithvi and Dilip, have you understood this? Because the other two might not know this, but you two should know this. Correct? Any doubt over here, Prithvi and Arun? No. At this point, Ami and Shishir might not understand, but that's okay. Now, exalted, debilitated, and same planet we have seen, we did that thing. Did we have any of them? None of them were there. So, NA, not applicable. Okay. Was there any exchange? None. So, again, not applicable. Okay. Now, what happens is, ये जो red में अभी लिखा है ना, ये red में लिखा है, उसके आगे you have to write the detail. Like if you see how I write over there, उसके आगे then I write the paragraph, whatever it is. This gives me the help to go ahead. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is that in 4 minutes it's going to again lapse. So I don't want to start the analysis. Once we come back, we'll start the analysis. We'll come back. Have you understood? Because this is the data collection. Now you can actually start using your head. Till this point, don't use your head. Don't try to jump to conclusions. Take my word for it. Understand this properly, because from today itself, we are going to start. I told you, you wait. When I will tell you to start analyzing, you start analyzing. Bro. Now I'm telling you, start analyzing. But with one very important clause, ये सब data तैयार करो, उसके बाद में analysis शुरू करो. Correct? Because it is like saying that you are putting up a case in front of a judge. If you give him incorrect data or insufficient data or misleading data or a wrong data, everything is going to go wrong. It is like that. You are playing with somebody's life, so don't take it so easy by just giving a yes or no. These people take it they take great pride. Say, देखा, नहीं होगा. Like yesterday's case only. अभी 3 मिनट में मैं बताता हूँ. Let me just stop it.